Okay, cool. So we got two people in here, as you can see. Okay, we got two people in here. We got 10 minutes. That's enough. To compare those two people, as you notice, they are different in many things. To compare these two people, we're going to use the adjectives tall, thin, heavy, short, what other? Let me see if there's another one. And handsome. Although I don't see like which one is more handsome than the other, but anyway. So we're going to use these adjectives, folks. Okay? To compare them. So I'm gonna do it here. Whoops, no. Okay, let me change the color of this. There you go. So we're going to use these adjectives to compare them. Okay? Give me a second. All right, let's continue. We got 7 minutes. So as I was saying before, we're going to compare them and we're going to use the adjectives on top of the picture, okay? Tall, thin, heavy, short, and handsome. Hopefully you remember those adjectives. So this person's name will be John. Let's call him John. Okay, let's call this one John. Sorry, that's supposed to be capital letter. There you go. And this is going to be Martin. Martin, okay? John and Martin. So if you're going to compare these two gentlemen here using tall, I can say John. I will select the person which has like the adjective per se, like the person that who has more quantity, more amount in the adjective, okay? So in this case, it's John. As you can see, as you can see over here, the difference is a lot, okay? So I'm going to say, damn it. There's a John there, yeah. Okay, John, let me write it in black so you can I can later change it to another color. Okay. John is tall. We're going to add taller than Martin. Okay, John is taller than Martin. So as you can see, I just transformed the adjective tall into a comparative. Okay, so the comparative of tall is taller. So I say John is taller than Martin. Okay, let's take the other adjective. The other adjective is thin. Thin. Okay. And obviously, the same person here is John. So I can say John is John is thinner than Martin. John is thinner than Martin. Okay, what is thin? If you remember, the like the complexity of his body. Okay, he is thin. This is not thin. This one is like heavy, as you notice. Okay, let's take the other adjective then, heavy. In this case, we're going to take Martin because Martin is the heavy one. Martin, I lost it, is John. Martin is heavier than John. So do you notice how the adjectives are changing? The adjective is heavy, but the comparative is heavier. The adjective is thin, but the comparative is thinner. Okay, where I'm going to explain those rules in the next meeting. Okay. So Martin is heavier than John. So he is heavier than John. John is not heavy. Okay. The next one is short. The next adjective is short. So who's the short person? Who's the short one here? Martin. So I'm going to start with Martin. Martin is shorter than John. Martin is shorter than John. Shorter, Brandy, not shorter. I don't know what shorter is. So Martin is shorter than John. Okay, shorter than John. And the last one is handsome. Let's assume that John is the handsome one, okay, or is just more handsome. So in this case, we're going to say John is more handsome than Martin. I mean, I don't know. I'm just, assuming. So John is more handsome than Martin. Okay, John is more handsome than Martin. So what are the adjectives and the comparatives that we have there? We have tall, taller. We have thin, thinner. We have heavy, heavier. We have short, shorter. And we have handsome, more handsome. So this is how we form the comparative. With adjectives with one syllable, adjectives with one syllable, okay, we add ER. We add ER. Okay, with adjectives that has one syllable, but they have consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant. We double the consonant, the last consonant, okay, consonant, vowel, consonant. We double the consonant and we add ER, okay? When the adjective is consonant plus Y, we drop the Y and we add I-E-R, okay? This is similar to this, to tall, so it's just ER. And when the adjective has more than 2 syllables or 2 syllables, we don't add ER, we just add more handsome, okay?